Welcome back, everybody. So after months of delays, lawmakers are gearing up to grill Secretary of State Antony Blinken this morning about the chaotic U.S. withdrawal from Afghanistan back in 2021. The House Foreign Affairs Committee originally planned to question Blinken in September, but obligations at the UN General Assembly prevented him from doing so. NewsNation's Alina Shirazi is live on Capitol Hill for us with more. And Alina, what are lawmakers hoping to learn and get from him today?
Good morning, Markie. Well, lawmakers have been demanding answers as to how such a significant operation could have gone so wrong. An aide with the committee did send me some of the questions they plan on asking the Secretary of State Antony Blinken about one of the biggest nuggets here. What exactly did the Secretary of State do? What role did the Secretary of State play in this chaotic withdrawal from Afghanistan? We also know some other questions that are top of mind. Who ultimately held top authority over the withdrawal? Why did the State Department choose to keep the U.S. Embassy open, leaving U.S. personnel in a dangerous environment? Why did the Secretary of State ignore his own staff's cries for help? What role, if any, did the Secretary have in determining who qualified to be evacuated from Afghanistan, and why did the evacuation order come so late? We know the committee says the hearing today was a culmination of over 3 years of research into the Afghanistan withdrawal. We know that the Secretary of State, Antony Blinken, he was asked to testify before this committee. They threatened holding him in contempt of Congress several times. Last time he was at the UN General Assembly, so he could not attend, but hopefully he does show today. And some of these grieving Gold Star families will get some of their questions answered, Markie.
Yeah, they'll be watching closely, too. Alina Shirazi, thank you. Joining me now, I have Republican Congressman Tim Burchett. Congressman, always good to have you. It's been 3 years since the U.S. pulled out of Afghanistan, and Secretary Blinken finally agreeing to sit in that hot seat today. Talk about just the significance of that and what you're hoping to get from him.
I hope to get a lot, but I suspect I'll get nothing. They're going to divert, delay, everything to do just to keep them from taking any credit for the disaster that occurred and the disasters that will occur because of us leaving billions of dollars of armaments on the ground and not destroying them or getting them out. And there was no clear plan. They clearly were out of their league. They went to the wrong airport for getting folks out, and 13 brave Americans lost their lives. One of them was Staff Sergeant Ryan Canals, my neighbor. So I can't tell you how disgusted I am with this administration, and Trump can't get in there fast enough.
Any chance he no-shows today? Have you been hearing any rumblings about that on Capitol Hill?
Well, I think we'd get the same answers either way. We just won't have a pretty face on it. So I suspect he'll be there, but, he's not going to answer anything. He's delayed us so long for this thing. It's been 3 years, and this is just a culmination of this administration and a lot of folks in the national media covering for them. Because you remember when they pulled out, it was they were masterful in everything they did. If you listen to the major networks, so-called major networks, and I'm glad to see y'all's ratings are starting to surpass some of them.
I credit it to you, Burchett, for hopping on with me and saying dadgummit every now and then.
Ma'am, I got to tell you, sex sells right here. Boom.
6:45 in the morning. I wasn't expecting that from you, sir. Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.